Hey everyone, TimaeuSS here. Welcome to another Etheria restart video. The 2x event is well underway and take a look at this. Of course, this is my super speed Doki clear with Remoa. That's right, we've gone back to our roots, and this is going to be a pretty gear heavy team as well as a stat check. So I'm going to show you how to do this once you are essentially at that tier in order to dump as much stamina as you can. Now, if you're looking for some of the free to play team comps, remember we held the extravaganza event with all of these players, wonderful players, submitting their runs and their recordings on YouTube as well, so you can check it out. The link will be in the description. So if you're looking for, of course, more free to play or no light and darkness team clears, you can find it right then and there. Now, taking a look at my Doki Inferno, it's about 90%. Sometimes, hey, the RNG of the sleep does fail, and it is what it is. I hate the 10%, but it is part of the game. So let's take a look at how this goes essentially. So this is going to be in terms of stat checks, is going to be on your speed, all right? Because you can see my Remoa is only 1 dupe and 115 in terms of the skill investment. The cleave is quite important. And now I'm on the count, which is the overclock, attack percentage, the Imperial, which is crit damage, 1 red, and then assault, which is 5% final damage. Of course, I don't need this much stats. You can go yellow, or even purple is fine for now. And in terms of Remoa, 85% crit rate minimum, because you're critting against a blue units as a green, and as much crit damage, of course, possible. Attack, don't worry, I run 2 crit damage because attack you get from count, you get from the buffs from Beyond. And in speed, relatively fast as well. Now, the true stat check, I think, is on the characters, your support, all right? You can see my Lily, 551 to skill investment. Again, this is one-shot team, right? So it's going to be quite intense. 327 is the fastest speed on my Lily for this clear. I can run probably 340 as well, but I don't need her to be that fast. But this is the fastest unit on this one-shot team. Now, you can see that level 5 S2 is going to be very nice because you get a lot more push from the turn meter as well. You don't have to care about the HP or the defense in this build. You essentially just want to go as fast as possible. After that, we've got Kloss, and you need to have her on Codex. Okay, that's super important. And plus 162 is the speed. Over 200 accuracy is probably ideal. 111 in terms of investment. That's the stat check line. And then casual 115, you ideally want this to be at least level 4 to increase the chance of inflicting slumber. You don't need a reduction in skill because she is also going to be on Codex as well. And plus 160 is my speed, and then 232 effect accuracy. You can be a tiny bit slower depending on how fast your Lily is, but you'll see that speed tuning is super important. It depends on who is going first. That's the most important part. And now Beyond, honestly, minimum investment 111. You don't even need to have her at 5-star. 4-star is completely fine base. Just need to make her fast enough so that she goes before Remoa because of the skill, which is the attack as well as the crit damage buff, which is going to be very important. So let's take a look at how this run looks. So we're going to start, and you can see that Lily is going to S2, and that's not enough to push Remoa to the top. So Kloss is going to go next, apply defense down, and this sleep can miss, of course. It is RNG, but we landed on everyone, and Beyond is going to buff, and Remoa is just going to clear. And this is super nice with this one-shot team composition because the cleave does a lot of damage, okay? Even if you miss a sleep on a target or two, it's completely fine because the cleave ignores that heavy damage reduction. So you can see here, as long as I land the sleep, there we go. On the left side, you can see that Lily gets pushed by Beyond again, and then Real gets pushed by Lily's S2, and that's just going to cleave the rest, all right? And we have the final boss remaining, which we can just essentially work to towards taking care of. It's going to be super clean. And again, one of the best part I like about this is that you can miss a few sleep here or there, even miss a defense down here or there, but as long as your primary target has the sleep as well as the defense down on, that's completely fine because Remoa's cleave, it's a form of almost, I would say, pure damage in a way, right? So that's the most important part. So, but in 10, I would say in 10 runs, 1 out of the 10, RNG is going to come into play, and you're going to miss pretty much everything, and the star is going to line for the enemies, and unfortunately, you are not going to be able to one-shot, and that is disaster. But it's okay if you have 90 to 95% success rate on a 40-second clear time, right? Next to, remember, we want to dump as much stamina as possible, so speed is going to be king here. And again, once again, you can see we land the sleep on everyone, and also the defense down, and Remoa is just going to be able to clap everyone. And if you have a bit more damage, you technically have enough to one-shot this boss as well. 39 seconds. That should put me actually on the leaderboard. Again, only faster if my Remoa was just slightly stronger, with a bit more dupes even would push Remoa into a super fast clear. You can see that 39 seconds should be, wow, everyone's so fast these days. Yeah, just barely out, but you can see the teams, the Remoa 1 turn clear. There are other potentials in, for example, Doki, the turn wisher, the wisher, to provide that buff for the rest of the team, the crit damage, crit rate, if you're missing any of that. The mini beyond him, for example, right? So there's definitely a lot of potential teams. You can even use Mio in place of Lily. If you don't have Lily, Mio's fine to steal essentially the action bar and also freeze everyone. That is one offer available for the players that don't have Lily. And then for Beyontin, you can use Yan and Dorothy, like we talked about. So yeah, lots of options, and it's good that people are coming up with one-shot fast teams, because for X2 events, which I think is going to be happening every month or so, we really want to dump all that stamina. As you can see, I've got 5,000 saved out and 62 more stam pots. So it's going to be a long journey, but hey, with the one-shot team, it's going to be fast as well. Anyhow, thank you so much once again for watching this video. Let me know your thoughts, and I'll probably work on my Aurora one-tap team and also my Terminaton one-tap team as well during this X2 event, and I'll show you guys once that's done. But don't forget, guys, if you are looking for some of the free-to-play or stable runs to copy to get to that gear level, go check out the extravaganza sheet that will be in the comments, or at least in the description, so you can click on that and see what people are running, and they of course have their runs explained and the YouTube link in that sheet as well. Anyhow, thank you so much for watching this video, and it's TimaeuSS here, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye now.